What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dance Great here, and this is going to be the final episode of the Final Fantasy X Pbirdman mod. We've had a fair few episodes on Penance, and you guys have seen the battle make progress. You've seen me get closer and closer to actually having a seriously good attempt and potentially beating Penance. And this, no matter what, is going to be the video in which I defeat Penance. So even if I don't win it first time, I'm going to sort of edit the video, prepare it in a way that this is going to be the final one, because there's only so many attempts that I want to record and end up broadcasting, and I feel like it is time to get to the end of this thing. Now, it does feel really weird after like 2 years of starting this mod, and after all of this time, I've got like this weird sort of butterflies in my stomach that I'm actually getting to the end of this thing once and for all. And it's bittersweet feelings because it's been such a wild ride, and there's been so many amazing bosses, and there's been so many great moments that I've really enjoyed. And of course I'm kind of sad that it's coming to an end, because it really was another special series on the channel, and so many of you guys have joined us for the entire journey from like the first episodes to the last. Just appreciate everyone so much, and it's been magical to be able to do this for 2 years on the channel. I have absolutely no regrets. All the time that I sunk into this, all the testing I did, you know, everything that went into creating basically what is a 200+ hour series on the channel has just been, it's been worth every single minute. I've really enjoyed myself, genuinely, and the support that the series has gotten and the mod has gotten and the positive feedback and everything like that. And obviously from Pbirdman himself, you know, it's been really motivating to hear Pbirdman say that, you know, with his help I've definitely been able to make something better than before I started. And, you know, to have some small part in helping the mod, you know, be closer to what Pbirdman's vision is, and to be that bridge between, you know, his completely untested, you know, one-man show versus the masses, has been an absolute pleasure. So once again, thank you so much Pbirdman for giving me this opportunity. It's been an absolute blast. And it's helped me form a friendship with someone whose work I've always appreciated with Final Fantasy X, and that's something that's not going to change. Even though the mod's over, Pbirdman is my guy, and I'm sure we're going to have, you know, plenty more conversations about Final Fantasy X and the mod, and, you know, whatever else it might be for the years to come. So I just want to thank him so much for everything, and I'm just very glad and very grateful that I got this opportunity to test and play the Pbirdman mod and to share it with the world. So we have reached the end of the road. This attempt against Penance, I'm really hoping, is going to be the final one. I'd love to defeat it recording this session live, like the first sort of attempt that I do. I'm pretty certain I can do it, because the tweaks that we've talked about, I've been getting progressively closer, and the battle's been getting better and better, and I feel like this is going to be the patch where we sort of meet in the middle. And, you know, due to all of my prior experience now with Penance, and knowing how his mechanics work, and the stats that I have, and obviously my like lifetime of Final Fantasy X experience, I should be able to hopefully defeat Penance in this battle if nothing goes wrong. And then with that, we should be able to wrap things up. This is going to be a premiere, hopefully. It might be like a 2-3 hour long video, I don't know, depending on how the battle goes. I have a feeling it's probably going to be at least about a 2 hour battle here. So, you know, we're going to be in the chat as well, hopefully, me and Pbirdman. I've tried to organize things so that this is going to be also like a celebration of the release of the mod. So me and Pbirdman are going to hopefully be in the chat. There should hopefully be the first download link for people that want to get their hands on the Pbirdman mod, and it's something that we can sort of celebrate together as you guys hopefully watch me defeat Penance for the first time in this mod and end the series with a bang. So that is the goal. We're not leaving this video and this particular premiere until Penance has been defeated. So that is the goal. So let's begin. I mean, this battle has been an absolute beast to mod. There has just been so many things, there's been like so many moving parts of this battle. It's been absolutely unreal, and some of the stuff that Pbirdman's come up with and some of the triggers that he's figured out has just been absolutely mind-blowing to sort of listen to him explain some of these things to me. And I'm sure in the chat he'll be sort of talking through a few more things maybe as I play through, you know, this is how I did this bit and this is how this works, and that kind of thing. And it's just, it's so ingenious to hear some of the stuff that he comes up with. It's brilliant. And I think, you know, from the previous attempt that you guys would have seen, the main thing that was left was that I liked all of the moving parts individually, but I think there was a bit of a timing problem, and we needed to sort of get things synced up in a way that it wouldn't sort of pile on top of us and completely destroy our hopes of winning the battle. That was one of the main things. And so we talked through some stuff. And Pbirdman has done his best to sort of space things out a little bit better, and that should hopefully be the opportunity that I need to be able to win this battle. So as a final summary, you guys may or may not have seen this, but just to clarify, I have given Oren an ultimate armor as well. I've prepared him as like an extra character in case I need one, because depending on how things go, there is a chance I might need to swap out one of my primary characters for a secondary one, and Oren is the one that I've worked on the most, so he's going to be the one that I swap in if need be. Yuna is already there. She needs to be there to summon an Aeon Shield for Judgment Day, so that's something that's obviously important. And obviously stats wise, we're looking at 180 plus luck and 75,000 plus HP, and pretty much max and everything else. I mean, Lulu and Yuna have 254, but it's not a big deal at this stage. But those are the stats that I'm rocking. Equipment wise, I'm pretty certain that this is the best way to go. If anyone again is curious about Ribbon and you're thinking, well, you know, you're getting all these status effects anyway, what's even the point of using Ribbon? I'm pretty certain there's status effects that I'm not getting because I have Ribbon that you guys are not seeing. So it's one of these things where you still need Ribbon to not get obviously completely wiped out and to be able to still win the battle. But I think to keep things interesting and dynamic and challenging and all that kind of stuff, Pbirdman's got a middle ground where some statuses are going to bypass Ribbon. And to me that's always the best way to do it, because I don't really like this sort of all or nothing approach where you either basically have no statuses to deal with or you have all the statuses to deal with. So I think this sort of mix of having Ribbon still be necessary to protect you from, you know, game over level statuses versus still having some of them to deal with anyway to keep things spicy, I definitely think is the best way forward. So maybe someone, when they're playing the mod, they'll come up with something even better than what I've got here, I don't know. This isn't like the be-all end-all, but I'm pretty certain that these are like the abilities that are going to help me win this battle, and they are the best option. Okay, let's head in and begin this thing. Man, I'm so hoping that this is the final one. Deep breath. Here we go. There's some things I didn't really get to talk about too much, and I'm hoping they become a bit relevant later on in the battle. For now, I won't dive too much into it. I did say I probably won't show the first form again, but since I want to try and do this as like a sort of a finale premiere celebration and that kind of thing, I'd rather have like the full battle sort of uncensored and unedited from start to finish so you guys can see it. And hopefully that is what's going to happen. Let's do this. For the last time. I'm saying goodbye. The first form hopefully should look pretty much exactly the same as what you saw in the last battle. There might be a slight difference though. I think there's only one difference that I remember talking about that we'll see, and it's pretty basic. It should just be that obliteration damage has gone back up a little bit again. Nothing like catastrophic, but it's a little bit higher than it was in the previous video. Okay. So what we're going to be doing more of in this attempt or any subsequent attempts is to double up the HP, because again our plan is to obviously die minimally. And it does help to have absolute max HP. Going to be using quick pockets a lot, going to be spamming mega elixirs a lot, but for the most part I'm going to try to save them for the second form. So first form is less dangerous, so I'm going to try to go with healing waters mostly for the first form, unless I really need it. And then second form is going to be more about just spamming mega elixirs relentlessly. It really is going to be a battle of endurance, and one that's not going to tolerate major mistakes. And I think most importantly, it's going to be one that also does still rely on RNG to some extent. So it's one of these things where maybe if you get good RNG, like you really nail the RNG, and you've had practice with the battle and all that kind of stuff, maybe the battle's going to be like a 7, 7.5 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. But if it's like early attempts and or you get bad RNG, then either you're just going to fail no matter how good you are or like how prepared you are, or it's going to be like a 9, 9.5, 9.8 out of 10 kind of battle. And I think that's part of the danger, that unpredictability. You do need an element of that to keep things exciting, I think. Damn it. Is it Riku next? I think it is. It should be. Right? I really thought it was Riku next. Shit. What? What on earth? What the hell just happened? How did he get both turns? Why? Did Riku get uppercutted? Did I miss that? I might have drifted off. Oh my god. Good grief. He's still at it. Holy shit. Thank god he got hit with immolation there. Oh my god. Woo. Wow. Damn. Okay. First of all, let's calm the hell down. I just need Riku to get a turn. Oh my god. Well, him dying here actually worked out for the best. Oh my god. I actually died. Oh my god. And I mean, it's not RNG in terms of there being one cheap move that wipes out everybody. It's going to be things like how many times does Shadow Hit confuse a character that gets the next turn? How often is Terra Graviton used? Or something like Triple Torch, how often does death happen? Or the Arm Swipe, how many times do you get mental and or armor broken from it? And all of these kind of things. So all of these little individual moving parts, depending on how unlucky you are with all of those, it could either be a sort of a hard battle or it could be basically impossible. And so we're going to see what sort of draw we get with RNG with this particular attempt. I've got my water with me for this one. It's going to be a lot of talking and a lot of tension. Got to stay hydrated. It's going to be a lot of checking as well. I mean, honestly, for you guys, if you're ever trying it, I'd probably do the battle in double speed. But with that, like the music goes like too fast, and I have to lay other music on it. It kills a bit of the immersion, I think, when it's double speed. So I think for you guys and for this final battle, I'm definitely going to keep it on like normal speed. So at least for Form 1, we have pretty much the luxury of getting ourselves fully prepped and then just sort of launching. What I'm going to try to do is keep Riku with the full overdrive as often as possible. So if Tidus and or Waka have a full overdrive, I'm just going to entrust immediately to Riku, even if I don't need it at that time. Because her overdrive charges a bit more slowly, so... Okay. Yeah, so Form 1 we're going to burn through the healing waters. And I think Obliteration doing a little more damage is good because it's going to heal Penance just that little bit more. So Form 1 ends up lasting a little bit longer too. But I think his sort of strategy of keeping Form 1 in relative terms simpler and easier to repeat, I think is definitely better. Form 1 is definitely less RNG reliant, unless you're particularly unlucky. Okay, I'm going to go here. I don't want to drag it out too long because, as you guys know by now, the arms being poisoned means that they're basically on a counter. And so if they fall below a certain amount of HP, triple torch is going to happen, and that's not what I want. So if you drag out this first form too long, and you see triple torch in the first form, it's going to really slow you down. So I want to get going here. Just a measly 3 million to take out here. Should be nice and easy. I try my best to organize my items as well to sort of minimize the risk of mistake and just general fatigue from just like selecting gambler spirits when I mix and stuff. Okay, no breaks yet. This is a good start. Because the battle is so long, there's just going to be RNG swings all over the place. You're going to have like 10-15 minutes of horrible RNG and then 10-15 minutes where everything's going so well. But I think that's one of the reasons why I really like how this battle's been modded overall. Because what I want to feel when I fight a super boss, like I've said before, is that there is this element of sometimes you just feel like you're holding on for dear life and just hoping for the best. And that's when you know that like a boss battle is extremely hard. Like regardless of what you're doing, you have that fear that it could all just disappear and everything could just get sort of swept away from you. And when you get to that second form, you start seeing triple torch, and Penance can go into haste, and you start seeing things like, you know, I don't know, you've seen Book of Endings for the first time, we saw Ancient Lights, Judgment Day, the overdrive gauge going up, and like when these elements start to come together, there are phases in the battle where you basically have no choice but to just spam healing to keep your head above water. And then things die down, you sort of weather the storm, and then it's time to start attacking again. And like the way the battle ebbs and flows with that stuff, I think is just really, really good. And I've definitely been enjoying that. But all smooth sailing so far for the first form. Happy days so far. Easy, right? Okay. I do believe that the moves now, they eat away your buffs a bit more quickly than before. So we don't have Dispel, but you do have to be wary of your buffs a bit more than previously. And you've got this arsehole move as well that can give you breaks. It's rare, but it can happen. But so far this RNG has been really, really good to me. No breaks at all. But let's not get too complacent here. First form really is just a warm-up, especially once you've gotten used to the battle, and if you come in with the right stats and the right preparation, then Form 1 does become like a sort of 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10 difficulty. I'm sure the first time you meet Penance is still going to be a bit of a thing, like to get used to the moves and stuff, but in general it's okay. But that's what I mean. If you get a lot of Terra Gravitons here, that's going to slow you down a lot, because it's going to just do a lot of damage. So It really does depend. We haven't seen Shadow hit. I mean, we've had pretty much perfect RNG to start this thing. Ultimagia, it's the friendliest attack that it has. I think this means that Form 2 is going to be extra nasty. I'd rather have got off to a bad start than a good one. Because when that RNG flip comes, it's going to be nasty. If it happens in the second form, that's basically when you start getting into game over territory. It's been a lot of arm swipe, man. Okay, we finally have a power break on someone. And thankfully that someone is Riku, the person who's going to be attacking the least anyway. Honestly, I think in terms of buffs, the most important thing is Shell. There's just so many moves that are magic based, and obviously Terra Graviton I think is the single most damaging move that doesn't kill you outright if you don't have Shell. So if you haven't been tuning into Penance so far and you're just tuning in for this finale and you're like, wait a minute, this all looks pretty easy at the moment, just you wait. Like I say, I predict a battle no shorter than 90 minutes, I would say. You're going to see some shit. There's one move that you won't see, but I'll come to that when we get to it. So I try to remember to mention a few things for people that might not have seen the previous battles. And you're just tuning in because it's a premiere. You want to be here for the finale / celebration of the release. But yeah, very kind so far. I mean, all of these Ultimagias could have been Terra Gravitons. And we'd be scrambling around with Albed potions and spamming more healing waters and all that kind of stuff. Okay, still only Riku with the power break. But if you notice now, Shell is gone. So I think Ultimagia eats away at your Shell. It doesn't dispel it, but I think it eats away at it. So it's one of these where if you toss a Lunar Curtain, it's not as effective because the amount of turns that Lunar Curtain gives you Shell for is not as high as something like Mega Mighty G. So I think the next chance I get, I will use Mega Mighty G again. I'm not going to be afraid to spam my overdrives. Reason being, once you get Delta attacked to go into the second form, you're gonna fill up your overdrive gauges anyway, so Riku should get another shot. But I mean, this has been a perfect Form 1. If I had 10 runs at this would probably be the quickest one out of all of them. I got very lucky so far. But yes, if this is your first time seeing Penance, this is when the battle really begins. Here we go. I really do wish that ARMS could have also participated in this. Yeah, this bit here, if like inside the two orbs it was the two arms floating there, would have looked dope. But even Penance itself in this environment does look cool. But I'm very glad he kept Judgment Day, because like, if you never saw Judgment Day and you only saw Delta attack, that would have kind of sucked. Okay, let's see. How soon is RNG going to flip? Seriously, has not been a single shadow hit either, not even an uppercut. I really hope it's not one of these like, something went wrong with the modding kind of shit. Okay, Was that 421,000? Did I see that correctly? Okay, so just a quick note again in case it's your first Penance battle. Sanlo here, the left arm of Penance, has Berserk status, and if you don't cure that Berserk status, the next time that arm gets a turn, it uses a move called Book of Endings, and it's basically like Giga Graviton from Sin. It ends the battle completely. So it's horrendous. You cannot take any risk with that. Okay. Therefore, we shall cure it. So the first time I came up against this, obviously I had no idea, and I was just assuming it's going to hit harder, and my priority was to get auto life back as soon as possible, and obviously that was the wrong call, and that's how Pbirdman can trip you up sometimes. So now it's going to be a bit of a scramble to try and get back up to speed. And yes, I will start using Megalixirs much more now. Even with Quick Pockets, you won't get the turn, so I'm going to Mega Mighty G again here. I guess I can entrust on the next turn. I think for now I'll still Mega Mighty G. Really got to get that HP back as soon as possible. Okay. So here we go. Now if you start getting like Terra Graviton hitting and Shadow hit confusing people all the time, things are going to change very quick. And I always feel like Riku gets picked on a lot with Immolation. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. Here we go. Oh boy. Yeah, things are about to get saucy now. Here you go, Hand of Shadows. Now if Riku gets the next turn, she's got Darkness, so but then poison damage kills her. Oof. Okay. Still alive. These are the kind of times you've got to be super careful. I'm going to ignore the regen completely. It's not a regen you can dispel, so you don't need to bother with that. You just got to weather the storm. There's not much else to it. Okay, now let's entrust. But seeing Penance just gain back those giant chunks of HP is a bit depressing still. And again, I think the arms are going to get a turn soon, so I still want to get up to speed as soon as I can. Should I keep going? I'll throw the stamina tonics. Okay. That triple torch is coming soon. I know it. Okay, we might. I don't want to spam like super hard at this stage. We barely got into the second form. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we're back on our feet for now. Can I get one in? Just in case some crazy shit happens, I'm going to still entrust anyway. This is what I mean. I just want Riku to have a full overdrive as much as possible. Okay. Oh man, I'm already tense. I just know that barrage is coming. As soon as I see triple torch, hold on to your butts. Okay, form 2 move. And this is the one that dispels your skill. So as of this point, I can't quick hit, as you can see. Power break on Riku. Okay, fine. It could be worse. again, until I get really like up to speed, I'm going to spam here. I don't want to hang out in like the 60,000 HP sort of range. I want to really get up like above 85, 90 with most people. But you can see it's pretty relentless already. I want to toss a Dispel. I don't remember if Penance has got anything right now, but just in case he does. He might have Protect still. Yeah, he had something. He has something going on. Okay. I think at least for Waka, we just got to get going now. Riku's got Power Break already. There we go. That's our first attack of the second form. I think I'll just X-Potion this time. Right, let's go. Right, let me just check if he's been power broken. He has not. But again, I'm looking for Shell here. I don't think he has Shell. Oh, he does. Okay, everyone's got Shell. That's good. Very much good. Okay. At least, I think once Triple Torch comes, that's when you don't think about healing water versus Mega Elixir, you just go. Uppercut, there you go. It's been a while since we saw that. I think, is this the first one? Once again, if it's your first Penance battle, there was an issue with the animations where it always hits Riku, but the damage will sometimes be done on the other character, but animation-wise it always hits Riku. Just FYI. Okay. Everyone's looking pretty good at the moment. We're looking strong, but that overdrive gauge has started to creep. Got to keep a very, very close eye on that. A super close eye. Speaking of close eyes, I don't know if maybe Rapture dispels a lot of Shell. It doesn't seem to. Everyone's still got it, so... Okay, good stuff so far. Like I say, timing-wise things are a little different, so with Triple Torch you do get a nice window. But I can guarantee you're going to see it multiple times in the battle. Okay. Damn, second power breaker's hit now. It's only Tidus that's going to be able to do full damage, but we're pretty close to max HP, so I think it's fine. We got our skill back, by the way. It depends basically, Chaos Blast, disable skill. And I think depending on what you get hit by, it can re-enable it. So I think Rapture re-enables it for everybody. So again, it depends on RNG, how soon you get it back. Sometimes you could go maybe 5 minutes without having skill. Maybe 10 minutes, and then sometimes you get it back quickly. So it's RNG reliant. Hate that move. There you go, look, there's a mental break. That's what I mean, it's one of those things, across such a long battle, it's so easy to just continue piling on the damage and then suddenly, oh shit, you had mental break, you didn't realize, and someone's dead. But it's also why I keep Riku with a full overdrive as much as I can, because she can just come straight back in with a Mega Mighty G now. Skill's gone again. Okay. I think we've been lucky. We haven't seen that many Terra Gravitons so far. I believe it's a 25% chance of it being used, but I think it's only happened twice in the battle, so I've been lucky. Okay. Still no power break on him, that's good. Yeah, I'll equalize ties up a little bit. Okay. Let's go. Just remember, with those regen phases, it just gains back so much HP. Oh shit. Is it Riku's turn next? She's been power broken though, so we might get away with it. Did we? Oh, there we go. Triple torch. Okay. Ooh, another deep breath. Okay. Remember, 10% chance of death here. On any given character. Okay, we survived. But the regen is back. So I think ultimately you probably do over like 15 million damage here to beat this thing. If you include all the regen stuff you did as well. Okay. This is where we should not make a mistake. That's good. Now, I think we need another Dispel here, I think, or is this just immunity to physical? I'm going to throw one on anyway. It missed. Okay, I think it's just immune to physical. So at this stage, your best bet is to just try and use something like Holy to counteract the healing to some extent, because physical damage is not going to work until the trigger's been disabled. So this is like treading water stage. I love that counter still. It's brilliant. But now we're going to face some pretty big moves too, so you've got to keep your HP high here. This is when like Thunder Drop, Downtrodden, that kind of stuff is going to start coming. And of course, if Terra Gravitons start getting thrown in alongside it too, ooh boy. Well done, he still made the hit anyway. It had to be during an immune phase though, of course. I don't need to get rid of the darkness for now. And I've got a very healthy number of Megalixirs, so that's fine. We're going to continue sort of treading water here by using Holy. Penance hasn't gone into haste yet either, that's coming too. And I mean, my overdrive gauges are pretty low here, which is a bit worrying. If Riku needs like an emergency overdrive, I'll have to swap someone in. Okay. And the overdrive is creeping. There you go, Thunder Elbow, one of the bigger moves here. Again, if you've got absolutely max HP or close to it, it doesn't hit you that hard. But if you've recently been hit with a Terra Graviton and you're still trying to scramble around to recover, and then you get hit with a Thunder Drop, and then you get hit with a Downtrodden not too soon after, then things change. So it just depends sort of what your RNG is like and what sequence of moves are coming, and how well you've been prepared for the worst. So, This is, I think, one of these niche situations where using a fantasy potion is the best call, because even if you use a quick pockets, the best you can do is to heal for quad 9. So this is the time. Got to use them fantasy potions to get the big heal in. There you go. So keeping us in the game here. But I believe Thunder Drop marks the end of the physical immunity, so I can start to attack again. Yeah, both of these fools are blind now. We've got to sort it out. Okay. Still looking good. There you go, we're back. Well, that I am still worried about how little overdrive I have at the moment. And I think Waka's been cursed. I should get rid of that curse, actually. I need that gauge to keep going up. Okay. Let's get to work. Starting to get settled in now for the long haul. We probably still have like 7-8 million damage to do. And we still haven't seen the worst of it yet. This is the most worrying one when they get 3 turns in a row. They all sync up like this. Okay. I think this is a good time for it. Let's go. I'm surprised Penance hasn't been hasted yet. I'm pretty sure normally we see it by this stage. I'm pretty certain that's still going to happen. I mean, he didn't talk about disabling it, and I definitely didn't tell him to, so we shall see. Honestly, I think I might entrust in advance here. I haven't had overdrive in a long time. Oof, which is very close. Okay. Nice. Even a critical. Again, going to become relevant later on. We're still not even halfway yet, I'm pretty sure. Not even close. Okay. I was going to say at this stage I should double check my shell. We just haven't seen very many Terra Gravitons. It's really been fortunate RNG so far. There was one Terra Graviton when he switched to the second form, and that's been it. And I'm pretty sure it's a 25% chance that it gets used, so it's just been good fortune so far. Tynus does not... Oh wait, he has shell. I'm due some Terra Gravitons, so I'm just keeping a good eye on it right now. It really is one of the ultimate endurance battles though in Final Fantasy. I know there's like original Final Fantasy 12, Yai's mat and that kind of stuff. Yes, okay, but this is another one of those like legit endurance battles. And well, in the Pbirdman mod, it's definitely more. So you're not going to be able to defeat this thing in like half an hour if you don't put on like double, triple speed or some shit like that. Okay, everything looking fine so far. Don't know, I feel like I'm being lulled into a false sense of security and like some mad things are going to happen again all at once. And I'm just going to be left thinking, what the hell did I just see? You guys saw in the last video, and things get nasty, everything just piles on top of each other. There's not much escape. Okay. It's one of these things where like you think a 5% chance it might be too low, but 5% across 3 characters, and you maybe see this arm swipe like 20 times, 30 times, 50 times across the whole battle, it really starts to add up. But it's one of these things again, if I do win on this attempt and we find that maybe the timings have been adjusted sort of too conservatively, and it seems like, you know, there isn't enough threat going on, of course, even though I've won, and I'll still keep this as like the final video of the series, we will still continue to look into it and see if there's some things that we can tighten up. And maybe I'll sort of test that like in a non-recorded way, just to make sure that you still can win, but it's gone up another notch in terms of difficulty. So what you see here isn't necessarily like 100% the exact final version. I mean, despite me saying all of this stuff, I could game over in the next few minutes, who knows, but if it does continue in this vein, and I just pretty much continue down this tempo and just complete the battle, then yes, there will need to be some adjustment. Because, I mean, the goal isn't necessarily just to win here. The goal is to make sure we win right. It needs to feel earned. It needs to feel like the right win. I'm just very surprised, like, where is downtrodden? Like, where's the haste? I feel like I'm missing something here. I don't know. Maybe it's because I dispelled. Maybe dispelling allows you to sort of bypass a phase, like if you remember to do it. I don't remember him telling me anything like that specifically. But maybe that's what's happening? I don't know. Everything pretty dandy so far. I'm surprised. At this stage I thought more of like, there's only been Thunder Drop after Triple Torch. But as you can see, I'm spending a lot of time with skill disabled because Chaos Blast is being used so much. I think Shadow hits only happen once, or Shadow Hand or whatever it's called. So I think I've just been very, very lucky so far with RNG as well. Like, seriously lucky. But again, my assumption is maybe like at this stage still like maybe 5-6 million to go, so still plenty of time for things to turn nasty. Tide is still not power broken after all this time. That's impressive. Now let me have a check. There's been no Withering Wind either. I don't know when that's supposed to hit. I'm pretty sure this can't be the intended timing. Either I've done something to sort of bypass it, kind of unintentionally, or this is just very lucky RNG or something, I don't know. There's a whole bunch of moves I feel like I should have seen by now. Yeah, it's weird. It's like it doesn't know how to use Terra Graviton anymore. It's been like one time in the last 15-20 minutes. There you go. Downtrodden finally happened. Is this what I've been waiting for? Obviously, the reason Downtrodden is so important is because... There you go. Now we're starting to see some action. And the overdrive gauge is close as well. Okay, here we go. Both special and skill has been disabled. Let's just double check for starters that we don't have any... Okay. Just checking Waka's shell here. He does not have shell, I believe. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. I think only one person not having it is not a huge deal. But this is where we play, like, hold on. Because depending on what moves you get, you could be in big trouble. I think because we've got 3 full overdrives, I'm going for this to make sure everyone's shelled up. Okay. Really keeping the HP high here. Can't entrust, of course. But I think Penance is hasted now. Yeah, look at those turns. Okay, so this is where things get very dangerous. This is what I've been waiting to see. That's a good hit. There you go, Withering Wind. Okay, now the moves are coming along. Withering Wind, of course, is taking away all of your overdrive gauge, which is horrible. But it's also what gives you your special back, so it's a temporary sort of loss of special. But depending on what other moves are going on at the time, losing special at a critical moment like that can change everything. Penance still hasted though, I think. So let's check what we got. Okay, still looking good. I think he doesn't have power break, so I'm going to go for it here. Yep. Obviously the overdrive is coming too, which is very, very critical. Damn it, Waka can't get a hit now. Yeah, Quick Pockets becomes a bit less effective as well when Penance is this fast. And look at how far down Tidus' turns are now because he got hit with an uppercut. That's dangerous. So now I hope Immolation hits Tidus. See. Surprised he's still making the hit even under darkness. It's that high luck coming in. I don't think 120 luck is enough for this battle. I do think 180 is a much better marker. But for now, we're still hanging in. We're doing okay. That overdrive is coming though. And there's an important change related to that I'm going to mention when it's relevant. Okay, Ancient Lights, this is going to hit you 16 times. The reason he chose 16 is because it's like the maximum amount of times that you can hit with Lulu's Overdrive. But this attack is super important because it lays down the marker for Judgment Day. This is him giving you a signal that Judgment Day is nigh. Again, this silence effect that it has is very deliberate, of course. And it's one that sort of prohibits certain things from happening that shouldn't be happening. Now, important note here, you may think that you have another turn here, but this is unintentionally deceptive. It's not something that he's done deliberately, but is worth mentioning. Judgment Day, for whatever reason, I don't remember the specifics of like the coding and the mechanics, but basically I think it does the move like before the counter officially hits 20 or something like that for Judgment Day. So for that reason, you are going to see Judgment Day when the overdrive gauge is this full, and not when you physically can see a full overdrive gauge. So there isn't really, I asked him multiple times, and I don't think there's a way around this from what he's telling me. And he's saying I still think it's better to have like Ancient Lights, Silent Status, and the overdrive gauge being that full as a sign to tell players that you've got to summon a shield now. But if you take the risk and you try to continue on to summon it right when it's full, then you're going to be in for a nasty surprise when Judgment Day gets used against your party. So that's something that most players playing blind will find out the hard way, but he didn't do it to be deliberately mean, but it's just one of those things that's probably going to cause you to repeat the fight again if you didn't recognize what was going on and you didn't summon the shield early. Another important note is that he's given you a little bit of a window here to get your summon in before it happens. So previously it was set up in a way that, for example, the left arm could get a turn between Ancient Lights and Judgment Day, and that's kind of unfair because if you're swapping someone in to sort of get an Aeon shield and they get uppercutted and they get delayed, that completely ends the battle. And so that's a little bit unfair. So he's given you a chance here. It's one of these things where you know Judgment Day is coming, and even if your characters are not very well healed or you've got some breaks or something like that, you have to abandon whatever it is you're doing, and you have to summon an Aeon, otherwise it will be game over. But even when Penance is in haste, he's giving you a little bit of breathing room here, just to get that summon in. And again, Quick Pocket's just doing such good work here. Okay, so our Quick Pocket's luck has run out. Okay. I should really have given Riku a full overdrive gauge before this, but screw it. Got to bring Unit in here, and we have to summon for this Judgment Day. Let me go a bit backwards here. I'm going to summon like Anima. Seeing Anima get shattered is always weird. But yes, in case you're wondering, there is absolutely no other way to survive Judgment Day. You must summon an Aeon shield. Okay. So, we can try and inch out a little extra damage here. Yeah, it doesn't like that. But then it hits you with a little bit of Judgment Day. It's still weird seeing it with Silent Status, but it's necessary. Horrendous. Okay, so now, again, it's another one of these battles where you do need Yuna to be pretty well prepped, because she's not getting a turn here. And let's just say you neglected her like you did with Kimari, let's say, and you managed to get through the Dark Magus Sisters without needing Yuna to be buffed at all, or her Aeons or whatever. In this battle it might be a bit of a problem, because she could get stuck on that front line and then you're going to be in really deep shit. So definitely worth being careful about. I don't have an overdrive here. I'm just going to make sure she's got Shell and Protect at the very least. So I can get her out of there safely. I think I might even throw in a Sentinel here. Just to be extra safe. Then again, Sentinel won't work for magic attacks, so I don't think it's going to make a difference. But I'm literally just going to attack. Okay. Let's see. I think this is Yuna. Oh, it's Riku. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Safely got Yuna out of there. I'm going to entrust here. Get that turn ready. Okay. So, we successfully negotiated our first Judgment Day. That's very important. I feel like that means that basically most of the tricks that it has for us, we've managed to deal with them. And that we should be able to survive to the end of this battle if the RNG goes our way and we don't make any major mistakes. It's a big if, but the signs are good. Yeah, we're missing some stasis here. So again, I don't know when Withering Wind is going to happen again, or Triple Torch. The first Triple Torch felt like it took a long time, but sometimes you get swept up in the battle and you're busy with healing and sort of preparing for a move to come that you sort of lose track of what's been going on in the longer term, and then Triple Torch kind of springs up on you. Penance still in haste, by the way. It's a long old haste status. I wonder if it's dispellable. Should I bother? I still have plenty of HP. It might be worth. I doubt it's dispellable. No. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, everyone power broken at this stage. But in terms of overdrives, we're slacking. That's the only good thing about Terra Graviton. It does really boost your overdrive solidly. Pretty much regardless. So it seems like... I wonder if there's a chance of Triple Torch phase coinciding with Haste phase. I think so. Riku picked up a nice delay. Oh, sorry, okay. Yeah, still haste. And as you can see, I mean, when it's hasted up and uppercut gets used with the delay, you've literally... you've only got one turn. And with quick pockets, you can make that one turn into two, but that's about it. But I'm going to try and keep some pressure on here again. I've been kind of slacking off with the damage. I need to move. Tyus has been taking a lot of punishment. See if Waka still makes the hit. I feel like I'm just going to get my overdrives and then Withering Wind is going to happen. Megalix's stock still looking good. I don't have too much of an issue with that for now. I mean, Riku has not gone attacking in ages. And without skill as well, it just slows you down that extra little bit. Let's just do that again. Titus needs to really get back in there. Okay. Quick pockets, be quick. Okay. Ooh, critical hit on Titus there. And he had no protect. Ah, look, here you go. So someone could be broken here and Triple Torch could take them out. What's going to happen? Safe. 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 Okay. Oof. But look at those turns kind of, sort of coming back to back here. So depending on what that arm swipe did, that move could have turned out so differently. If we got mental broken there, might still be. No, we're not. Wow. Again, we were fortunate to negotiate that in that kind of manner. Let's see if anyone does have any big breaks. I can't believe how fortunate I've been with the RNG so far. I really have. At this stage, there was about a 60% chance of someone dying from Triple Torch. Yeah, no breaks either. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to entrust with Waka. And I'm probably going to Final Elixir this time, I think. So I'm going to take... Oh, wait. I should Dispel first. I keep forgetting after that, is there any point? There isn't. Fine. That's the second time I made that mistake, but you guys get the idea. Okay. Right, let's begin. Try and stop that healing as best we can. I'm still going to use Holy regardless because it's relatively good damage. It offsets a decent amount of the regen, I think. I mean, you're seeing the endurance aspect of this battle. I mean, I'm a hardened veteran of Penance at this stage, let alone the, you know, obviously Final Fantasy X in general, but you just got to stay on the ball, man. Just patience. Again, I think everyone still has Shell. We should be good. But I'm always just keeping an eye on it. Like, Riku's Shell is gone right now. Damn it. I'll wait till Titus gets a full overdrive before I carry on. Before I use another Mega Mighty G. Thunder Drop? Thunder Elbow, sorry. I think he's tweaked the name slightly on something, like Shadow Hit is Shadow Hand, and Thunder Drop is Thunder Elbow now. Okay. I mean, that also marks the end of physical immunity, so should be back on track now. Although she has been cursed. I really wonder when Withering Wind is coming. I think I still have a good amount of Mega Elixirs here. I'm going to keep using them. She recovers 7,000 MP for Waka, by the way, because of Alchemy as well. Double MP plus Alchemy is a ridiculous combination. Okay, really working back up to that maximum possible HP. Okay. I'm really amazed at how little I've seen Terra Graviton. I think that's been the main thing I've been surprised by. Even Shadow Hand, it's only been used like twice or 3 times the entire battle. I'm finding that hard to believe. I really hope he hasn't... Oh shit, that was a mistake. I really hope he hasn't tweaked, like lowered their percentages, because that's not... It's not right. It should be 25% for Terra Graviton, but... I'd be curious to see what he says. Is he going to be like, you just got some insane RNG for this entire thing? Or is there like, he's going to want to make a tweak? There you go, Riku Mental Broken here. Honestly, I think I'll go for this instead. I think that's a better use of the turn. Riku's Overdrive just saving the day here. Look at that. No shell again though. Yeah, she's the only one without. Fine. But again, not taking any risks here. Just give that overdrive straight back. You just do not want to be in a pickle where Riku doesn't have an overdrive. I wonder how long it's been already. It must be over an hour so far. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if he's the one that's been power broken, I'm just going to let Tidus carry on. Waka can waste the turn on himself. Go straight back in. There you go. Yeah, look at Riku. She took the big damage there. So because her shell had run out, that was dangerous. It is the single most damaging attack that doesn't wipe you out. There you go. Look at that. And this is why Riku needs to overdrive all the time, because she can come back in with another final elixir now to keep you out of trouble. Everything can change so quickly. It's one of these things I try my best to always like make that known, but sometimes you just have to see it for yourself. Suddenly I'm down to like 12,000 with Riku and everyone's in critical HP, so now we got the Terra Graviton and we got the arm move from here, so I'm pretty certain there's no chance of taking a hit, so we should be okay. Damage is damage, it's 45,000. But I think I need to entrust with Waka and then get a Mega Mighty G on there. Soonish. Because then if a downtrodden happens soon, then we could be in trouble. There you go, get that in. Okay. So still hanging in. It's a shame he got power broken straight away here, but it's okay. Just when you start enjoying quick hit again, the Chaos Blast comes and it's taken away. There you go, Hand of Shadows. I think I call it Shadow Hand, but Hand of Shadows. Now, again, we're pretty fortunate here. That hit Tidus, everything changes. That second overdrive starting to loom over the horizon now. Got to keep an eye on it. Megalixirs I'm still confident with. I feel like surely there's only about 4 million, 4 million left at this stage. Can't be that much more. I've had such a good run that I feel like I'm doing well here. But it's just so difficult to keep track. Alright. Just doing a shell check again. I have a feat. Oh, okay, Riku does have it. Okay, everyone's got it at the moment. That's good. Downtrodden is just one of the most horrible phases, so I'm just really trying to make sure I'm ready for it. Or like I'm not in a bad position before it arrives. There you go, Hand of Shadow starting to happen more now. Now maybe the RNG has started to swing a little bit. Again, I'm getting lucky because it's not someone whose turn is next. There's obviously a 1 in 3 chance that it targets whoever has the next move, and then chaos can ensue depending on what happens there. But I continue to ride the wave of good fortune here. Right. Penance's turn is all the way down there for some reason. But I feel like next up on the menu is Downtrodden, so I just got to be... I'm kind of shook enough of that move that I want to be as ready as I can be. Losing your special for a while is just not cool. And again, the overdrive is closing in too, so... But we're doing good damage here. There you go, a lot more Hand of Shadows starting happening now. Wow. The one time it hit the person with the next move, it was Provoke instead of Confuse. This is just ridiculous RNG at this stage. Wow. That's crazy. Twice it didn't hit the right person, the third time it did hit, and it was... Provoke, I'm pretty sure, has a lower chance of happening than Confuse. Wow, I am riding my luck hard here. Okay, I mean, I'm just scared that Downtrodden is going to happen when it's got like 90% overdrive. I was lucky there to make the hit, hold on. Been saying that often, I've been lucky, but that's really how it's been. Especially at this stage, because I know the mechanics and stuff too, I've been so fortunate. Staying prepared. Use that special while I still can. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about the timing. I feel like one thing that I feel like definitely has to change is that the timing has to be sped up a little bit more. So nothing like drastic, but I think it does need to speed up. There is too much space between triple torches happening and downtrodden's happening, and I think the overdrive gauge does charge a bit too slowly. So that's one thing I do want to see for public release. Yes, I have been lucky with RNG, and yes, it can be much more difficult, but I think that's one aspect that probably does need some work. Because at the moment, I am still heading pretty confidently towards my first win here against Penance. Waka doesn't have shell, but I'm gonna... Do I take that risk? I can't take that risk. Terra Graviton are just... It's a move to be feared, it really is. If you don't have a full overdrive with Riku, healing it is a bit of a pain in the ass. So... I feel like that downtrodden is surely imminent at this stage. Okay, get that in trust. Right. Still gonna do this. Clog up any gaps in our buffs. We're 2 immolations away from Ancient Lights again now. Such a critical phase, and now, because downtrodden hasn't happened, now I'm starting to get worried that we're going to have a bonanza very soon, with downtrodden joining Ancient Lights and Judgment Day, so that could get extremely risky. Rapture. Okay, we're still good. Right. Okay. Everyone's still got shell, so we're fine. We're still doing good on the Megalix front. We're not even halfway, so this is still pretty perfect going, I think. We did get our skill back because of Rapture, so I'm going to make use of it. Get those few hits in before the overdrive happens. Okay. Right, after this move is when things could get very interesting. Let's see. Right, going to continue bombarding here until Ancient Lights comes. Ooh, okay. Oh shit, we got the next triple torch before downtrodden happened. Oh boy. Here we go. This could be a horrible sync up. This could be a horrible, horrible sync up. Okay. I'm already going to go into sort of healing mode here. Shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, boy. Things are happening now. Just going to ignore the healing here. My focus is pretty solely on making sure we do not get a game over the next few minutes. I swear if downtrodden happens now as well, we're in such deep shit. And I'm going to entrust with Waka on that final turn. I mean, HP is healthy and Riku will have a full overdrive gauge, so... I mean, this is about a stronger position I can be in for this particular phase. Right, let's double check the buffs. Most importantly, Shell. Okay, everyone has Shell too. Therefore, should I give it a cheeky... Should I? Nah, Riku needs the turns, man. I can't take risks with Riku. I just can't do that. Okay, here it is. All 16 of them. I mean, theoretically, if you're very unlucky, they could all hit the same character and you could die. I mean, you've got a better chance of winning the lottery, but still. Okay. Right. Now, I don't want to summon the shield too early in case the arms move before Penance does and they take out my shield Aeon. So I've got to ride this out until the end and wait. And that's another reason why we've been given this sort of window here. Basically, you're going to want to face the turns from the arms first, if there are any. And only summon when you know that it's likely to be Penance with the next move. Because, I mean, Thunder Drop's coming soon as well. This could be really horrible timing. Just playing it super, super safe at the moment. We've come too far to screw it up now. Okay. Because Thunder Drop hasn't happened, sorry, Thunder Elbow, I don't think we can hit it physically still. Pretty certain of that, but I don't want to use a turn on Holy, so since I'm already buffed up and ready, yep, we're not ready for that yet. With Waka, I will use Holy. Every little helps. Okay, we're stuck around 50,000. Maybe it is Withering Wind that takes away some of your magic. Or it ups Penance's magic defense, I don't know which. The arms still haven't had their say yet, so I've got to hang out here and just wait. It's this weird position where the only play that I have is a really slow move that knocks me off the CTB. So I'd just rather not do it. Could literally just use Drain. Look at that, 10,000. But then it's gonna do a bit of that. I'm just biding my time here. I'm just worried that the arms are going to get a turn before Judgment Day and take out my Aeon before I'm ready. That would be a huge problem, and again, I wouldn't really know how to avoid that. in terms of a game over. I'd hate to lose a battle like that, I really would. Okay, Titus doesn't have shell, I'm going to give him that. Okay. At least it wasn't downtrodden. Okay, now the other arm has to have a turn. And I guess that turn could be Thunder Drop. I think Thunder Drop is too stuck in my head now, even though it's not called that anymore. You guys get the idea. Okay, it's going to be Waka that's going to be swapped out here. And I guess, I'm wondering if Thunder Drop, like do you have to damage Penance a certain amount to trigger it or something? Because I feel like it happened much more quickly than this normally. I think I've got to be careful here. I'm just thinking, what if I take a move and then Waka gets hit with an uppercut? That means I'm definitely going to get hit with Judgment Day. So let me just think about this. What's the worst that can happen if I summon an Aeon? I think I should summon an Aeon still and just shield. Because I don't trust when that arm is going to have a turn. There's no way I could know when the turn is on the CTB. It could be after Yuna, it could be after Waka, or it could be after Penance, and at this stage I really don't know. My guess is it's going to use its move before Penance does, so I've got to summon, and I've got to hope that summon survives. I'm going to shield here and just hope that that's enough to see me through. If it is one move, even if it's uppercut, it's fine. If it's the arm swipe, it's fine. It doesn't have a singular move that can kill me. Even if it's Thunder Drop, I should be able to survive it with shield as well, especially. So, okay, cool. So it was the arm's turn first. That's good. That saved me a lot of trouble. So it was still a relatively well-timed summon. Okay, now Thunder Drop might happen when Yuna's still out here, but we'll be okay. Honestly, why not just do this while Yuna's out here as well? We've got the overdrives and we've got the buffs, so let's just bloody use it. Yeah, we're still at the stage where we need to hit Penance. I mean, Penance has healed a nice chunk here while we've been kind of screwing around waiting for Judgment Day. While it's in this phase, should I let Yuna do a bit of damage here? I don't think she's got magic booster on her weapon, does she? So she's not going to do more damage, I think. And she doesn't have 5 times focus, so I don't think there's much point. But at least she has some extra buffs for the next time she's out here, if necessary. You never know, maybe it won't be needed. We'll kill it before the third one happens. But I mean, if Thunder Drop hasn't happened for this long, something tells me that you have to do enough damage for it to happen, maybe? But depending on the timing of that Terra Graviton, things can get nasty too. So I didn't get a chance to entrust to Riku there because I had to deal with poison. It was priority. So this has been a slow phase here. We've lost ground. But I think the important thing is to hold firm, because as you've seen, when the RNG goes your way and you're in the right phase of the battle, you can do damage pretty quickly. So you just got to hang in there and be ready for it. That opportunity will come if you can survive. But we still have Thunder Drop and Downtrodden to come, so it's still the danger zone. Right, now I get a chance. And of course, Withering Wind could happen, and then Downtrodden could happen on the next move or something. It's a really crucial set of moves. Okay. Gonna go back on the attack again. So it might be interesting. I mean, if that is a mechanic, I don't know how he can sort of program that, but if Thunder Drop is not being used because you haven't attacked enough using magic, that could be very interesting. Because I'm pretty sure, there you go, it was much shorter than this last time. But HP is healthy here. And Downtrodden could come not too soon after, so hold on, let's be quick here and fix this. Ooh, that's horrible timing. That is horrible timing. Whoa, okay. Okay. Get back in the game. Yes. Whew. But you see, like, this constant juggling around of overdrives and making sure Riku pretty much has one at all times. It makes such a huge difference. If I didn't do that, then, like, for example, let's say Riku didn't have a full overdrive there and Tidus did have the full gauge. Because he was poisoned, he was forced to use an Albed potion there, potentially. Or you'd have to swap him out and bring in someone else, etc. Everything just gets much more cagey if Riku doesn't have that ability to heal everyone quickly. Still have a Downtrodden haste phase to come, and Tidus's shell is gone. Ugh. Honestly, I'm just going to toss a Lunar Curtain again for now. Okay, at least now we can go back on the attack again once we're sorted. Right, here we go. But before I do, sorry. Just diligently making sure Riku has that full overdrive. I'm not trying to not get lazy or compromise on that. Anytime you think just one more turn, it can all go wrong. Quick hit gone once again. There you go. Ooh. I mean, that final elixir after the Terra Graviton was really clutch. We could have been in a lot of trouble. We might still be, but this puts us in a much better position. Okay, prepare for some shit now. Right, Mega Elixir first. Right. Here we go. Okay, so we've got a Magic Break and an Armor Break. Magic Break is irrelevant, that's fine. But Tidus has got to be dispelled here. Okay. Now, I feel like at this stage it's a good idea to swap in someone who does have the relevant abilities. So, let's do that. I feel like the arm isn't going to get a turn for a little while still. So I'm not going to put any fresh buffs on Tidus. I'm going to let Riku do it with the overdrive once again. Okay. I might just go for the attack here with her. I think what I'll do is I'll use a fantasy potion again for Tidus. It's quick healing here. There you go. If it's only one character that needs major healing, it's always obviously going to beat using quick pockets. But it's rarely the case that one character needs it that much more than the others. And well, it only works for Tidus and Waka in this particular scenario. Okay. Right. Let's go. The only thing is we need Tidus to kind of be swapped back in, because then he might not get his special back. Like whatever the switch is for that. I think it's Withering Wind that gives you special back. So that's why you've got to be in there for that. Again, just one of these phases of the battle where you can't really make progress. So I think that's one of the perils of swapping characters in too much. You don't want a character that's going to be losing their special for like the next half an hour. Oh boy. I think Riku... Did Riku have the next turn? Thank God for that. Yeah, she used her overdrive, so thankfully she was the best candidate for that move. There you go. Okay. Boom. Right, special is back. But you're seeing the utility in having at least, as a minimum, one other character that's max stats here and ready for this battle. So you're definitely going to benefit heavily from having another character. 3 is probably... It could be enough, but I definitely recommend a 4th. And maybe even a 5th. If we do make some small tweaks to make it even harder, you're going to want 4 or 5 as well. It will become a bit relevant later, potentially, if this battle does go on for like another half an hour, 45 minutes. I think you're going to see something that is going to be very important in terms of how many characters you have. Okay. Entrust. So we made it through the worst of it. Now the question becomes, when does Triple Torch happen next? Again, it's always you're waiting for that next phase. But I think so far he's done a good job of not making everything stack on top of each other and make it impossible to survive. So I think this is why I'm saying this definitely feels like very close to the sweet spot that we need for this battle. Because you guys saw what happened when you have all of those things happening all together. You just do not have the turns and you don't have the ability to heal and survive and do everything at the same time. It just doesn't work. I mean, even now it must be a good hour and a half since I started. We're still at it. Despite me knowing this battle very well at this stage. It's gonna feel so weird playing like the normal version of the game again the next time. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, where's like, wait, I can have more than 200 MP? Like without breaking MP limit? What the hell's going on? It's gonna be strange. Okay. Damn. Okay, again, another situation where a fancy potion I think works best. He's 30,000 HP below everybody else. There you go. now at this stage I'm wondering, will I be able to make it to the end before the next overdrive or not? I'm very curious. Okay. There's also something I'm looking out for. There's a mechanic that will eventually start kicking in. And well, as you might have guessed, it's to do with Withering Wind. But I haven't seen it clearly in effect yet. Once I do, I'm going to let you guys know. And if I don't see it in effect at all, then that's going to be, you know, something that Pbirdman will need to adjust for the public release. Okay. Okay, I don't think Waka has shell. Not sacrificing it again here. Again, it's one of these stages where it's a good idea to... I think it's a good idea to have that 75k and above HP, or enough to double up to maximum, because you need to have enough HP in the tank after you've taken a Mega Graviton, a Terra Graviton, sorry. It's just... You still need to... Oh wait, that was a mistake, sorry. So far, these mistakes have been fairly small. They haven't been enough to put me in any big danger. It's just been like the odd turn wasted here and there. I think I want to mix one of these to just get rid of some of these effects and really put me back in prime position to get some work in. There you go. At this stage, I have no idea. I could be like a million, 1.5 million away. I could be 4 million away still. I really don't know. But surely it's less than 5 million, surely. I'd be shocked if it was more than that. There's no way it's more than that. Right? See, it feels like the battle could be over in 3 minutes or 30. But if things continue to go like this, we are going to make it to the end, and we will be able to wrap up the Pbirdman mod with this attempt. Again, I think at this stage I've taken, what, 3 triple torches, I think? I think so, yeah. And no one's died. And there hasn't been a single time where Shadow Hand has confused someone and they've killed one of their teammates. That hasn't happened. There hasn't been a situation where like there's been a mental break and an armor break, and then Penance or the other arm has had the next turn and someone's died. These are all situations in which someone can die just due to bad RNG, and you have a job on your hands to try and get the buffs back and all that kind of stuff. But has not happened pretty much once this entire battle, which has been really, really surprising. Again, always just... The battle's so long anyway that just like wasting a turn here and there, well, quote unquote wasting a turn here and there to do it is just not a big deal. You've already seen occasions where that full Rico overdrive has got me out of trouble. And again, it's one of those things where if you do get that bad RNG hit where a character just suddenly dies, having Riku with a full overdrive gauge is going to help you get back up to speed so much more quickly. I'm thinking maybe Fantasy Potion again. I'm not going to be using them for any other battle, so... There we go. Right, let's move. Ouch. Yeah, 67,000 damage there. But, full overdrive, I'm ready for it, you see? That's what I mean. That can be so much more deadly if you're just not prepared. And on we go. I'm glad that he does spend this much time in haste though. I think if the haste phase was much shorter, it would have not worked as well. When Penance is in haste, he trades blows much more evenly. And then depending on what the arms do, things get even more deadly. So, and again, depending on if any phases end up overlapping. Alright, what's going to happen now? Yep, Tyler's got the turn, but lucky again. This is another variant of being lucky. Immolation hits a character, puts them under darkness, so that even if when they are confused they get the first hit, because they're under darkness they're going to miss. God damn. It's one of the luckiest RNG runs I might have ever had in any big battle, other than literally beating No Sphere Dark Anima. That's ridiculous. God damn. Okay. Well, we just keep going. I mean, the game's doing its best here to kind of trip me up, but my good fortune is overpowering it, along with all of the experience I have at this stage. Yep, no prizes here for guessing what I'm going to do. Look at that, perfection. But still, try not to get complacent here. This is again when things get dangerous, because I'm expecting a triple torch soon. And then once that happens, that guarantees that you're basically not going to win the battle for like the next 5 or 10 minutes, basically, when you've seen one of those. Right. Just seeing if it's worth using it now. Tyre says shell. I think Walker's the only one that doesn't have it. Again, look at that turn. I think maybe that's an indication that triple torch is coming or something. I mean, that's weird. That's a big long delay. Since I got the 2 full overdrive gauges, I am going to use it. But I hope you're seeing that I'm just trying my best to just be really patient with this battle and just not do anything too rash or get too caught up in just quick hitting or any of that kind of stuff. It's the kind of battle that just will punish you if that's how you play. I still think my Megalixirs are okay. I must be like way beyond halfway now, surely. Let's keep it going. Just edging closer to that overdrive now. And I'm trying my best not to feel like I've already won. Respect to the great Autarch and how quickly things can change in the Pbirdman mod. So I think we're maybe 3 immolations away. And again, when is Triple Torch going to happen? Just wondering if it's worth giving Walker's Overdrive to Tidus as well, so I just have 2 characters with a clean full overdrive here. Because then it wastes an extra Entrust turn. This way, if shit hits the fan, I only need to Entrust once. Ah shit, Mental Break, there you go. So it could have been the case that you took that move, and then straight afterwards this arm came in with Rapture, and then you'd be dead. So that's yet another way to die in this game. Yeah, can't take no risk with that. Just Magic Break here. Okay. I'm going to use Mega Mighty G the next turn with Riku. But for now I should be okay. I'm wondering if Chaos Blast is another one that could kill you if you were mental broken. I'll probably put an annotation in for that one, I'm not sure. Because it does seem obviously like magic, but it might be like a percentage or fixed damage or something like that. Because it does always seem to do a very specific amount. Like range, at least a small range. Okay, I think we can resume. So I think there's 2 immolations left now. I still feel like once I get right near the end, which might even be now, I'm going to have to at least go through one phase where everything is stacked. Well, not everything, but like there's a lot of things stacked that's very dangerous. I feel like that's coming. Down below 40 Megalixirs, I'm still good. Oof. Noticing more criticals from that arm here. Oh god, that... Okay, again, we're in danger here. If there's a break or death. Come on. Okay. The good fortune continues, what can I say? Let's see what breaks we have, if any. Power Break, Magic Break on Tidus. But I think he had those already. Okay. So again, we've got to hang in there for another overdrive here. Entrusting again here. Got to always put your trust in Riku in this battle. And I'm not skimping out Megalixirs. No sir. Okay. So Tidus now has a Magic Break, which is a bit of a shame. I am going to try and get a few Holies in. It's not going to work too great with Tidus. I might move Unit in here. She's not magic broken. And If she gets uppercutted, that could be a big problem, to be honest. I don't want that. I'm not taking that risk. If she gets uppercutted, then it's literally a game over. So if Yuna takes an uppercut, from pretty much at this point onwards, you run the risk of losing the game. So I am not going to do that. Screw it, I'm just going to sacrifice a few turns where I'm not going to do as much damage. It's okay. We'll just use some healing waters to conserve Megalixirs instead. Waka can attack though. Every little helps. But it does look like shield number 3 needs to get used here. And again, that's a pretty good number. I still think the overdrive gauge needs to go up a little bit faster, so that maybe you need to push like 5 shields for a win. And again, bad RNG, maybe you'll need 6 or 7 and it really pushes you to the limit. So that's how I'm feeling at the moment. But 3 is decent. I mean, if I only need like 1 shield for the whole thing, it's going to be like, well, it's kind of lame. But I think 3 is, again, is in that sort of sweet spot range. I think 3 to 6 or 3 to 5 for like the average battle or like decent RNG battle, I think is pretty good. Okay, let's keep going. I just so want to get rid of Magic Break. And I just don't want to risk putting in someone else. Honestly, I could probably put in Auron at this point. Why not? He's got the ultimate armor too, but he doesn't have 5 times focus. Actually, it might be interesting to see if he hasn't been withered, how much his holy does. I don't know if I'm, again, like trying to inch too much damage out here, but same damage. So it looks more like a Penance gaining focus or like increasing magic defense, because I was sure I was hitting like 60,000 at the start. But Auron has no buffs here, so watch him take big damage. Just from a counter attack and Rapture with no buffs. Already down to that low. Okay. I think again, just to be safe here. Ooh. Again, this is pretty bad timing. Hopefully Auron doesn't die. I mean, we can still summon Yuna. It's not going to be the end of the world, but oh shit. There you go. There's a bad piece of RNG. The odds of both hits going on Auron there was pretty damn low. I guess in a way it's not so bad. I wonder if Auron can just sort of take the hits for us here. Just take the hits from Ancient Lights. I don't think he's going to heal that much from Fantasy Potion. I actually do want to try one just to see. Then again, he's doing pretty well here. He actually has a shot of surviving now. Look at this. Wow. Well, that was unexpected. Okay. I'm still going to try one just to see. Maybe he does heal like 20,000 or something. Okay, well that's pretty good. So I think it's only focus that affects the damage you take here, because Auron's taking a little bit more. Yeah. So focus does affect it. That's a really menacing move still, though. Okay. Right. I think at this stage I'll just go with one of these. Okay. Thunder drop happened, so I can pull one of those. Okay. Just got to make sure we successfully survive that Judgment Day one more time. Ah, I still didn't get disabled. Shit. Okay. Ah, shit. That's bad. That's really nasty. What horrible timing for that. Now a bit potion. You see, at least Riku and Waka still have good HP though. That's very important. Okay, here we go. Let's summon Shiva. I'm not going to take no weird risks here, I'm just going to shield. Get this Judgment Day over and done with. But I do feel like I'm close. Okay. Right then. Still gonna go hard on the Megalixirs. Trust. Okay. I'm thinking, should I get Tidus back in? I probably should now. And again, make use of that fantasy potion. It's really nice to have a battle where they're like legit useful. Perfect. Alright, it's looking good, guys. Getting very close now, surely. Tidus once again doesn't have Shell. At this stage, I'm just going to give him a Lunar Curtain. We'll see how it goes. Then again, ugh. Withering Wind is not too far away, I know that, but still. I'm not quite in that prime HP range. I want to get back up to where I feel safest. Right, there we go. Now, one thing I will show you guys, I've been saying all along that I feel pretty fine, even though 31 is starting to come down towards like the dangerously low stage, especially if things haven't been going too well, and maybe you've done like 2, 3, 4 million less damage than I have at this stage. You might be shitting bricks, thinking what's going to happen when I run out. One thing that I did say to Pbirdman, especially if for the public version we do sort of up the ante even a little bit more, and Judgment Day happens maybe 2, 3 more times possibly over the whole battle, and maybe the triple torch phase comes by a little bit more quickly. you're going to be burning through them even more quickly. So there is a very high chance that you'll run out of Mega Elixirs if you've been using them in a similar fashion to the way I've been using them. So what we did was, because we know this battle's all about the endurance and you're only allowed 99 of an item, it's a bit unfair that you just run out of items, and you might still, to get so close to the finish and potentially fail because you've run out of items, I think would just be a bit shit, and it's not really a, I don't think it's a fun way to play the game. So we both decided that it would be a good idea if you could steal some Mega Elixirs back. There you go. So you can steal 20. I mean, you can get repeat steals, of course, depending on your luck, but those Mega Elixirs should keep you going for a little longer and push you over the finish line if you're running dangerously low and you just need a few more. So that's an important note. Okay, let's keep going. I think I can just attack here. Nice. I think it's Waka next, I should be okay. Yep. Still not a single time where that move has tripped me up. I'm amazed at this point. Go. Yeah, it's still gonna go. When is that downtrodden coming? Will it be before or after I beat it? I've got to be very close now. Less than 2 million, I would guess. Maybe even less than 1 million. I mean, unless some shit goes drastically wrong, it should be over before the next triple torch, I think. That's my guess. And I think because Withering Wind is not too far away, I'm just going to do this here, get rid of these breaks. And really try and go for the kill, I think. Damn, even more Hand of Shadow. Okay, this time it's Tyus' turn. This could be trouble. Right. There you go. The first time in like 2 hours we got tripped up by that. But she does have a full overdrive gauge. But this is one of those unique situations where Fantasy Potion does not help you, because Riku recovers like 8,000 here. Because she hasn't killed a lot of enemies in the game. So this is one situation where you're kind of stuck. There isn't really anything you can do. Kuraga's going to heal for like 13,000. But you might be lucky and get 2 or 3 of these in potentially. But then you have a situation where he's going to remain confused here. So you're all kinds of one thing there. Ooh. Okay, let's be careful about this. Confuse is too dangerous. Let's just get rid of that. I am not screwing around with that. I don't think she survives an immolation here, regardless, but it's worth trying. Because you can't use Sentinel to sort of take the hit. Thankfully, again, Riku does have a full overdrive, so that's going to help her get back up there. But, again, it depends what happens with Withering Wind and Downtrodden. If Withering Wind happens now, that's extremely dangerous because Riku doesn't have buffs, and she won't have buffs for a little while. So, and look at where her turn is. Okay, should get interesting now. I think I'm going to give her a Lunar Curtain in case a Terragrammaton happens before. So as soon as someone dies, then, you know, you have to stop everything and play the game of getting them back up to speed. I will use a fantasy potion, not really for the healing, but because it has a double effect of healing and doubling the HP, so it's like one use turn instead of a use plus quick pockets. But it sort of helps. Okay. I think, I'm wondering, should I go for Mega Mighty G first or Ultra Null first? I think I'll go for Ultra Null first, because I feel like at this stage I might have a problem if I don't. But you see, the time that you waste fiddling around with all this stuff, it's just further time. Well, basically, Triple Torch gets ever closer. And you guys know that when Triple Torch hits, you're not really getting much damage in. So everything's just sort of so connected, and that's why it's such a tough battle and so difficult to optimize. But you can't tell me that he hasn't done a fantastic job so far. Okay, I'm ready. Just gonna have to keep going until we get another overdrive anyway. We don't have too much choice, I think. I could put Protect on Riku, but nah, just go. Okay, still no downtrodden. Okay, there's enough overdrive here to get the Mega Mighty G in, hopefully. Oof. Right, let me just get a analysis of the situation here. Mental break, you arsehole. But again, it's good timing because I'm able to hopefully tighten up my defenses here. Okay. Perfect. Staying solid. Just taking as much time as I need to make sure I'm healed up and buffed up. Yeah. Okay, I should be ready to go back on the attack now. I still feel like I can't tell if he's programmed it so that downtrodden and triple torch never happen at the same time, like, or can they slide, can they kind of overlap each other depending on how long the battle goes on for. We're just gonna have to find out. But I feel like triple torch happens when you're like 60-70% overdrive, so I still think we've got a way to go here. Okay. Still Chaos Blast. But yeah, we're really rinsing the Megalitzes hard here. But we're not going to need them for any other battle, so let's just keep doing what it takes to win. There's clearly a move that's wiping out Shell like more quickly. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it keeps like cheekily disappearing, thinking I'm not going to catch it, but I will. I haven't always, but at least we're getting that full overdrive back. But honestly, I think Withering Wind's going to come before I get a chance to use it. Or like I need to use it. Okay, he's been power broken, so we'll just attack with Riku instead. Here we go. Is it Tidus? No, good. Wait, again, I think that's the mistake I've made like twice now. Or like a similar mistake. But honestly, in relative terms, the mistakes have been fairly minor. I haven't done anything really bad yet. So I'll still attack with Riku first. Okay. Let's get into the this thing will just not die sort of stage. It must be about 2 hours now. It must be over 2 hours. Whew. So if you wanted a high endurance battle, you definitely got one. Because I mean, with vanilla Penance, like I said, if you really get the strategy down and everything goes your way, you can get the battle done in like 30-35 minutes, something like that. But no chance with this one. So I don't think it's immolation because Tyres has still got shell, but okay, staying ready here. Yep, everyone was prepared for that. I'm just going to do this. The amount of times I've been able to just quick recover from Terra Graviton has been really good. And I got my skill back, I didn't realise. Is it Tidus? Yeah, it's his turn next. Hand of Shadows has definitely been coming in. There you go. Bad timing once again. But that's what Hand of Shadows is there for. It's one of those moves that can slow you down and trip you up, and in some cases even give you game overs depending on what happens. And I just used an overdrive on something that maybe wasn't worth it. Whew. And well, the overdrive gauge is coming to like halfway now. And now I got to spend time buffing Tidus again before Withering Wind takes away my overdrives. Oh god, downtrodden. And I can't entrust here. So shit getting dangerous now. Just cannot put the finishing touch here. I mean, I'm safe, but I'm not in prime position. Okay. So now Yuna doesn't have Entrust either, but we have another character that can contribute. So this has definitely become more of a team effort now. But which one do I go for? Do I go for... do I go for the Mega Mighty G or the other one? Not sure. I feel like I gotta go for this one instead. I can always just put a Lunar Curtain like short term if need be. Okay. So yeah, Withering Wind is coming. But I think I can attack here. Yeah. My HP is solid. Oh god, it's using this a lot now. no choice but to heal Waka here. No risks. Make sure I get this right. Remedy. Like, I'm generally energized because I know that I'm close here to like the absolute finale of this entire series, but I'm just trying so hard not to make a big mistake. I think Waka's missing his shell too, actually. Shit. It's a lot of overdrives they're just going to go begging here. Shit. And I mean, if we take a Terragrammaton here, we're going to be in big trouble. Does no one have shell? Oh shit, no one has shell. Okay. Again, let's swap in someone who's a bit more reliable at the moment. Okay. So again, we're playing the game of just sort of making sure we stay alive here. There you go, Withering Wind, fine. At least we get our special back, but Tidus was swapped out at the time, so he's not going to get his special back. Oh, shit. See, this is trouble because it kind of basically almost ejects them from the battle. That's something I've got to check. So now... Oh, man. That's trouble. We need to see how that works. I mean, that's an important element of this battle. Otherwise, I'm going to have to swap in Auron instead, more permanently. In fact, maybe I should just do that now. It might be the best plan. But I am curious to know, like, does it take a Withering Wind for it to come back? Is there no other way? Sheesh. But I feel like I'm too sort of debilitated if I don't have my special. Damn. This is a messy situation. Honestly, I feel like I've got to do this right now. Got to be super, super, super careful. And not do anything stupid. So Riku does not have shell right now. And I don't really have much hope of giving her an overdrive, so... we just got to sort of do the bare minimum here. Okay. I mean, is it worth attacking with Auron at this stage? I think he should be okay. I think his Celestial Weapon is strong too, so he should be fine. And Withering Wind should not cause him to miss either. So we should be okay. But literally everyone has Darkness right now, so it's going to be a few turns of this. Everyone has Power Break and Darkness. Oh, damn. This has not been going well. And well, Triple Torch is coming again soon, so... God damn. Okay. Now. Power Broken Auron, what can he do? Yeah, that's good damage. Okay. Power Broken Riku does less damage, so let's just stay healed. Okay. Last time Triple Torch came at around this sort of time, so... and we don't have much overdrive to work with here either. So there you go. Dangerous shit. I feel like we're due a death here as well. And then we're going to be in some deep shit. Because we won't have an overdrive to quickly bring them back. Okay. Things getting increasingly nasty here. And I still think we're pretty safe, but now Penance is going to gain another chunk of HP, which I'd rather he didn't. Oh god. This should fill some overdrive though. Perfect. Right. Not healing spring. Now the potion. Now, entrust or heal? Yeah, gotta go for that. This should keep me afloat. Even though her overdrive is pretty full, I'm still gonna entrust here. Okay. So, I don't think Auron has... Yeah, he doesn't have 5 times cheer and focus and stuff, so he should get that. I think. Or should we go for... Then again, Auron does have that actually. Sorry, he's got the null spell, so he clearly does have it. And everyone has shell, right? I think everyone's okay, to be honest. Haste, regen. Maybe I should get rid of the brakes. Is it worth doing that now? I think it might be. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for this. I think it's early enough that it's worth trying to just get a few extra hits in here. I've come so far, I've really got to keep it pinned down as best as I can. Should be Auron. Okay, at least it helped the overdrive gauge. Again, dangerously close again here. And Thunder Drop hasn't happened yet. Probably best to just do this, I think. Yeah, keeps him up to speed. There it is, okay. Good. I think HP-wise we're fine here. Boom. Okay. So again, a lot of things happening at once here. Taking a fair bit of punishment. And it's Ancient Lights coming next. So, let's get to work. Gonna need to entrust with Auron again. But at least I can do physical damage again now once I'm ready. But we're definitely working the Mega Elixirs to the limit here. We really are. But HP wise we're doing okay. Still managing here. Look at that, Quick Pockets has really done well. It's kind of crazy that I've only got 39 eye drops left. Got remedies, thankfully, but damn. Okay. Let's go. I have a feeling Waka doesn't have shell. Yeah, he doesn't have shell. Not going to take that risk. Okay. Off you go. Big move. Should push Waka close to an overdrive here. There it is. So I think just a final elixir here from Riku, we should be fine. Yeah, plenty of time. And then I can have a final little onslaught here before the big attack comes. It's 1, 2, 3. Damn. It's another one of those things where it's like, let me just see. No, I can't do quick hit. Do I summon now? This is always one of the things I hate the most. This is why the invisible turns are so important. You just don't want to screw up. To come this far and then mess it up because you took one attack too many. I just can't risk it. I'm going to summon here and just shield. Let's bring out Ixion. So at this stage I kind of take back what I said. I think we are pretty close to a sweet spot here in terms of how many shields you might need. Because I've had pretty decent RNG here. And I've still needed 4. So if the battle's gone much worse here, you could end up needing 6, 7, and that's pretty much the reasonable limit anyway. Whew. Honestly, man, like this battle has taken so long, and there's always that danger of just something going wrong. You guys have seen how many times I've been fortunate here, and this really does feel, that's why I feel like this is so close to the sweet spot of where it's got to be. It's been a marathon. It's required concentration, preparation. Pretty much requires you to die so that you can figure out how certain moves work. Just so many new moves brought in as well, and it's just really pushing us to the limit here, testing the endurance, just testing everything you've learned and built up across your time with the Pbirdman mod. I think it's pretty much nailed it. Poor Tidus, man. And I mean the idea of pretty much, there is a strong chance that you're going to need to have a different character helping your team here, even other than Yuna. Like, Auron here has been very clutch. The fact that I prepared him for this battle has been very important. Okay, let's get Waka in there. Continuing that policy, just keeping Riku ready all the time. But I feel like surely I want to win before the next triple torch. That's the goal here. Surely. I'm slowly getting to that like why won't this thing die stage. And now that I've got quick hit back as well, I've got to be close here. Yeah, she's been power broken. Is his shell gone again? It is. I think I might just carry on here. Especially while I got my quick hit available. Okay. Oh boy. Is it Waka next? Shit. There it is! No! Thankfully, full overdrive here. So, turn 1 is in trust, and turn 2 is going to be a fancy potion. But this is what I mean, that constant peril, man. That's why I think this battle is just so good. When you have a battle that requires this much endurance and that still has this much consistent risk, then you know you got something good on your hands. But fancy potion coming in clutch here. But we're still in a danger phase now. That Hand of Shadows messed me up. Okay. Gonna go with this one first. And now probably worth the quick pockets time. I've really crunched through these mega elixirs. It's pushed me to the limit. I mean, I can definitely steal for more, but the fact that we've needed this many, I think, is again a good sign that this is really, really the top of the top. We've almost used 99 now. Gonna put a quick. Okay, he's got his shell still, just making sure. Okay, I think everyone still has shell. Let's go. If we see another Withering Wind, there's something that hopefully you're going to start to see. And if not, then I'll talk about it once the battle's over. Oof. Shit. Just in time to dispel if we do have a mental break. Oh, we got an armor break. It's all happening, man. It's all happening. There's just... so good. It's just ongoing fear. Just cannot switch off for one turn. Okay. I think I'm probably going to fancy Potion Waka again. But if we get a Terragrammaton now, that's going to be dangerous. If Riku's the only one missing it, she's not. Is it worth taking a risk and waiting until I have the full overdrive here? It might be. At least that way I can get like a good solid Mega Mighty G on everyone and have a shell that actually lasts. I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, worst case, I think I should be able to just use a final elixir if like a Terragrammaton happens. I think I'll still be okay. Okay. Oh man. It's got to that stage. In my head is just this constant like, don't screw up now. Again, I've not been able to do damage, but I've just been focused on getting these buffs back after Waka got wiped out. And now I'm good to go. Right, let's go. Come on, man. Ah. Please, no breaks. Oh my god. This is what I mean. When RNG switches, it switches hard. And you just can't ignore it. The mental break is just something you cannot ignore. Otherwise you start really slipping. It's like quicksand, this battle. You let it get out of hand once, it's very difficult to claw back. Okay. Gonna keep going here. I still feel like I'm right on the precipice. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, got it! The scan to finish. What is going on? Is this him like showing off? Congratulations, you've done it. Completed the mod. You have bested the ultimate fiend. Ultark, however, cannot truly die. Being immortal, his strength will return. Next time you won't beat it so easily, yeah? So this was his way, just like a final classic Pbirdman genius touch. By activating scan after you kill Penance, he gets to send you like a farewell message when you get to the end of the mod. That's so cool. So yeah, strength 255, magic 255, but as you can see the HP is 100, and by controlling the poison damage he is able to basically manipulate what Sanlo does according to how much HP it has, and that's how he times all of the triple torch and all that kind of stuff. So just genius moves from Pbirdman. You gotta love it. And the other arm's got a scan too. Okay. Thank yous from the almighty Pbirdman and the legend Sir Burke, plus thanks to all of the Final Fantasy community. Now let's watch the Scar take back what it gave us. So, of course, thank you so much Pbirdman for including me in this once again. Always appreciate these little touches. It's so cool to see. And it's still, at this stage, it's kind of surreal. I've got to see my, like, either Dansko 8 or whatever to appear a few times in the mod. And it's still just so amazing to be able to see it, like, on your favorite game of all time. It's really cool. So thank you so much. But, my friends, this is the end of the road. We made it. Let's watch this finale, and I will sign off on what has been one of the most epic series that I've ever done. Suppressive Field. I've got 3 auto lives, and I've got above 85,000 HP for everyone. So if he pulls some shit here and like I somehow die and I lose the battle, I will throw my controller at the wall. He's giving us a glitzy, glamorous finish here. So what, it's like a... That's a pretty cool looking animation, I've got to say. Okay. Please don't tell me it's stuck on this animation. I'll be so upset. Oh, okay. Woo! There it is! Yes! And look at that, ending with a team that is not tied as Wakariku. That's perfection. Wowee, what a battle. Master Sphere, Warp Sphere, Book of Vengeance, and Book of Legends. Man. What a feeling! We're there! We did it! We freaking did it! Yes! I wonder if he should give us like a key... Well done Team Pbirdman, you are the best of the best. I got this when I defeated what used to be Nemesis in the Monster Arena, but honestly right now, whatever. We did it, man. We actually did it. what a journey it has been. Getting to defeat Penance for the first time, that's the most satisfying Penance win. Is one of the most satisfying boss battle wins of my entire life. That was so amazing. Towards the end there, it did get a bit shaky. There was a few little moments there, and honestly, I think all things being said, I had a good run of the RNG in many ways. I think there was a few times there where I could have had a few more, like, I would say at least 3 or 4 more shaky moments, and maybe 3 or 4 of those shaky moments could have resulted in one game over, and I was lucky enough to navigate my way through those with some luck and with probably some well-placed moves here and there. But my god, that was seriously like endurance personified. That was a long battle. It kept you on your toes throughout. It wasn't like, you know, it was a long battle, but it was on autopilot for a lot of it. The shifting phases and the things you got to watch out for, like the breaks and Shell disappearing, and, you know, Judgment Day around the corner. The way he introduced a few things that basically, no matter how good you are, if you're playing the game blind, there's a very, very strong chance you're going to get tripped up by Book of Endings the first time. Probably Judgment Day as well. You know, there's guaranteed, I would say, 2 or 3 losses, regardless of who you are and how much you know the game, when you play Penance for the first time in the Pbirdman mod. And well, even when you do win, it took a lot out of me to get there. Resources-wise, it pushes you to the limit. Stats-wise, you need close to the limit to do it. Not, I think literally requiring the absolute numerical limit for everything is to me, it's sort of like it's something that's done just for the sake of doing it kind of thing. I feel like the stats needed to win this battle is sufficient. One thing I will say, in terms of what needs to change, I will have a word in terms of Triple Torch. Is it worth making it happen maybe a little more frequently? So over the course of what you saw, maybe have it happen 1 more time or 2 more times over the course of the battle. That's one thing. And second thing I would say is for Withering Wind. That attack is designed mainly to, well, it takes away all of your overdrives, that's one thing of course, but it also withers your luck. That's the main reason why that move exists, and that's the reason why coming up to 180 luck was a good move on my behalf. If I came in with the 120 that I did in my original attempts, I think even getting this deep into it, it wouldn't have been enough, and I would have really started missing a lot, and that would have been a big problem. So that's kind of in place for people that are lazy with their luck, and they try to sort of just make do with like 80, 100, 120. It's not going to cut it. And worst case scenario, I think if you come in with 120, you're probably going to need 3 other characters that are absolutely max that you can swap them in with. And it's probably going to be the case that you always need Riku out there. So if Riku's always missing, even if you have 2 characters to swap, your damage output is going to be reduced, and it's going to drag on the battle even longer. So it's something that's in place to sort of, you know, deal with people that are going to be lazy about the luck for something like Penance, which I think, you know, even though you don't need 255 luck, I think allowing players to sort of get away with the same luck that they use for the Dark Aeons is not what the Pbirdman mod should be, just in my opinion. And Pbirdman, of course, agrees with me on that one, since that's how he sort of planned it. But that being said, could there be a little bit more wither to it so that you can actually see it manifest more in the battle? I definitely think that's something that could happen. So I think in terms of the public release, the 2 things you're more likely to see is either more Withering Winds happening. So I think I took 3 overall, 3 or 4. I think I took 3, and I won before the 4th, I think. So maybe seeing 1 more Withering Wind at least for an attempt of this length, or making each Withering Wind take away more luck each time. So it really depends. It could be either one, but that's something that I think you should be seeing. And maybe Triple Torch happening a little bit more often, or maybe upping the death percentage like 15%. 20% I think would be too harsh, but I think 15%, seeing 1 or 2 more deaths as a result of Triple Torch across the entire battle, just to shake things up and to really put players on the back foot and to get them scrambling to heal and to buff again, I think would be nice. But even if this battle was exactly how it was here, like I'm personally I'm personally happy with it. I know the struggles that Pbirdman has had to go through to even get what you've seen here. It's taken us hours of testing. There's been some testing between videos that you guys haven't seen. A few little extra mini patches here and there that we tried and it just didn't work. So he's really putting a monumental amount of work into getting Penance even to what you're seeing here. And honestly, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I have nothing but praise and thanks for everything that he's done for this entire mod. So I need to begin to wrap things up. What can I say that hasn't been said already? At this stage, I'm genuinely sad that I've got to the end of it. It's been a wonderful journey. Final Fantasy X always is a special time for me, and the Pbirdman mod is no different. I said right at the beginning, as soon as I was going to begin the series, I said it's gonna give me a chance to experience my favorite game in a way I've never experienced it before. And if that's what you want from the Pbirdman mod, I can guarantee you that's what you're going to get from the Pbirdman mod. It's not going to be, it's going to be thinking about the game in a whole new way. So I think for that alone, the mod has done its job to a very, very high degree, I think. You know, for someone that knows the game as much as I do, that's played the game as much as I do, that shared the game as much as I do, so much of it just felt so like unpredictable and unique, and I thought about battles in ways I've never thought about them before, and I struggled in ways I've never struggled before. I farmed in ways I've never farmed before. I mean, even my stats alone, like I said, I've literally never had stats like this in any Final Fantasy X run I've done. Because once you've learned the game well enough and you know how to optimize your party and your strategies, it's just not required. And so even this is just, it's really pushed the game to a new level for me. And honestly, I feel like the challenge in a lot of places, it was always around the sweet spot for what I think it should be, where, you know, sometimes it was like a 5 or 6 out of 10, but there were times where it really shot up to like the 9, 10 out of 10 difficulty. And he made you fight in a lot of different ways. I mean, the monster arena, I think, was a very, I know like the, you know, storyline boss battles like Unalesca and Braska's Final Aeon, the Dark Aeons, Penance, those guys might be like the sort of, you know, the stars and the highlights of any playthrough. But honestly, I think his work in the monster arena was truly special, and I think a lot of it was perhaps underrated because the amount of variety that he managed to squeeze out of that. The monster arena in many ways is quite a bland area, especially depending on your stats. It can just be sort of mow them down with quick hit and overdrives and don't think about it too much. But the amount of innovation and the amount of tricks that he put collectively across like 20, 30 different battles was just astounding. And of course he didn't nail every single one perfectly, but there was just so much in there for, I think, especially for veterans of the game that know the game well, to sort of appreciate and to see. It was just really, really special. So honestly, from start to finish for Pbirdman, this has been a labor of love. It's been, I can only guess that he's put in thousands of hours over the past maybe 10 years, maybe more. It's been such a huge project, and it's been him, man. You know, I've been here, I've been testing, I've been having fun, I've been just sort of mouthing off and saying what I like, what I don't like. It's very, very easy for me to do what I've been doing. I've loved every minute of it. Even when things got tough or I got frustrated, ultimately I knew that it was in service of something bigger than just me making content. And so, you know, regardless of all of that, I really, really enjoyed my time with it. And overall, I have just so much love and appreciation for everything that he's done for this mod. So a huge thank you to Pbirdman. Since it's going to be a premiere, hopefully people are still in chat and listening. Please give Pbirdman all of the props and all of the love. He just deserves it so much. He's so selfless. I mean, we did the podcast together, and from there, like, I hope you guys have listened to it. If you haven't listened to it, please listen to our podcast together. He's so selfless. He's so uninterested in, you know, any of the fame or the attention or the money that could potentially come with making a mod. You know, he genuinely, all he wants is just to make something for the community to enjoy, like to the purest level. And that's something that I have so much respect for. And I've seen it demonstrably to such a large extent that he's an inspiration. He's a role model in that sense for me as well. I've really, you know, he really brings me back to those early Final Fantasy X days where I just anything I wanted to do, I just wanted it to do it for my own entertainment, and I wanted to do it to try and, you know, engage with the community, to try and share something with the world. And, you know, it was never about trying to get no views on anything, wasn't trying to, I don't know, like impress anyone. It wasn't trying to gain followers. It was just for the love of the game and for the love of the community. And Pbirdman is the embodiment of that when it comes to Final Fantasy X. And he, regardless of where I've gone in my YouTube journey, the interactions I've had with Pbirdman and getting to be a part of this mod has helped keep me grounded in the roots of why I love this game and what I want to bring to the channel. So just thank you so much to him. So there is of course a final word of thanks that is necessary, and that is everybody watching this right now. You guys, whether this is the first, you've just literally stumbled across this somehow, or whether you've been there from the first video 2 years ago, the fact that 2 years later so many of you are still here and you're still enjoying the mod, and you guys, hopefully a lot of you will be at least trying the mod, is something that I'm really proud of, and I'm really thankful for. Everyone on Patreon, I mean, I've been trying to keep people engaged on Patreon by putting the episodes up early for each week's episode. A lot of new patrons came in as a result of this content. It's really helpful in supporting the channel and keeping me going and keeping me growing and allowing me to do this whole thing full time. Everyone on Patreon, I really appreciate you guys. And just everyone that's taken the time to watch this series. It's just been, you guys have been absolutely tremendous, and I have nothing but love and thanks for everybody involved. And I hope you guys are all going to enjoy the mod. Hopefully the way I've planned it. The link is in the description. You guys can get involved with that. I will need to make a video on how to sort of install it and some, you know, information that you should know heading into it now that I've done everything to do with the mod. So that video will be coming, but if you're super impatient, just get on that download link, fire up your emulators, read Pbirdman's install notes, and you should be good to go. But if you need a little bit more assistance in how to do it, I'll be hopefully making like a tutorial, answering questions that people are likely to have about it and that kind of thing. And you can sort of go through that and then get cracking with the Pbirdman mod. Actually, before I sign off, I've got one final thing to show you guys. I almost forgot. The epilogue, if you will. Let's just go somewhere like... It doesn't really matter where you go, but let's just go to Zanakan Ruins. Let's end on a majestic note. So hopefully you guys have already guessed what I'm going to show you, but in case you haven't, I'm going to not say anything. This is just a tiny little bonus here. It's nothing major, but it's something obviously, as the person testing and showcasing the mod, it's worth showing. So we have ourselves an encounter, and if you guys notice, we got 2 extra items when we beat Penance. This is just for a little extra fun at the end if you want to do it. So we've got the Book of Vengeance, Altark's Secret Book Volume 2, Become All-Powerful in a Flash, and Book of Legends, Altark's Secret Book 1, deals legendary damage. So let's deal some legendary damage. I haven't seen this before, by the way, but... Oh, damn. Okay, I think it does like a double max damage, something like that. So you got that. And then... I don't know how you use Book of Vengeance. Maybe there's certain enemies you can use it against and certain ones you can't. I don't know at this stage. The animation is pretty interesting. But yeah, it does hit twice. So I guess if you use Final Fantasy X editor, you can probably like give yourself more of these if you want to play around with them. But yeah, just like a little extra bit of fun if you so choose to use it. But obviously at this stage, because Penance has been defeated, unless you want to have some self-imposed Monster Arena challenges, I don't think there's too much for you to do at this stage. Honestly, I don't know under what conditions you can use this one. It's a bit weird, but I'll probably have to ask Pbirdman. I might annotate that one in, or like just quickly record a video of it and put it in over the top, because I don't really know. I was so focused on winning the Penance battle that I didn't really research what these do. But yes, that is the general idea, my friends. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys that as well. But there you go. That is truly the end of the Final Fantasy X Pbirdman mod. What a ride it has been. So I'm going to sign off here. I could ramble on for another 3 hours, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to sign off and wrap up this series once and for all after 100 episodes. And a little touch here, just something. It's a mod version 2.55. So I'm going to call this 255. And I think it's a pretty fitting end. Episode 100, V255 with the 255 stats as well. Very poetic finish. Could not have been any more perfect for me. So thank you to everyone for joining me once again. And I will see you soon. Who knows what awaits Pbirdman and what awaits me in our adventures with Final Fantasy X. We shall see. I have no idea at this point. I'm just very glad to have made it to the finale of what has been such an enormous project. But I'm very proud of Pbirdman and what he has achieved. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy the Pbirdman mod. Please download it. Even if you think, oh, it's too hard for me, it's too much of a challenge, just give it a go. You've got my videos as a benchmark to help you out too. And you never know, you might really get into it, and it might take your Final Fantasy X to the next level. And you might end up having another few hundred hours of Final Fantasy X experiences. So that's what I'd hope. Please give it a go, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Take care.